Hello, and welcome to the Antiques Roadshow podcast. I'm lukewarm, and today I am evaluating an item, an antique clock. It doesn't work right now, but it's very old. It's from the 1700s, and it is very.
Dude, how did you get my grandmother's clock? That was on the wall like an hour ago.
We're magic. Anyway, we've roll the credits. What?
You got my watch too?
Yeah. Roll the credits. Ah! And welcome to the greatest show online.
Great show online.
Yes, you are Bob Miotto, and I will shortly be joined by the other two names on my screen here. For those that are, here they come. I'm DJ. There is Bonzai. Hello, Bonzai.
Hi, Bonzai.
And it's Tricia.
Hi.
Hi. Okay.
Now we all have beards.
He also doubles as a scarf.
Oh yes.
A squeaky scarf.
Bob and I didn't have a story really for the beginning, and I thought of the skit on the way home, so I decided to run with it.
Run with it. Yep.
Happy 24th epiversary.
Epiverse. Good word.
I have to thank Steve Glosson for that. In fact, I should write that name down so that I can put it in the tags on the tube, the YouTube.
Tag. You're it.
Yes, yes.
Tomorrow, I head over to my friend's house.
Are you gonna Skype me in?
We played twice over our Christmas vacation.
Okay.
Cool. I like it.
Now, is that just that's the core rules and set in the 20s or 30s?
40s.
40s? Okay.
I mean, I guess it could be set pretty much anywhere, but it does have rules for different time periods, but we're playing particularly in the 40s.
Well, I know that there is a modern day version, and it's got a SEAL team type atmosphere, and that's called Delta Green, and it is a Cthulhu extension. But I would love to play. Unfortunately, I am working tomorrow.
This one here is it says on the book here that it was $40. It's no longer in print. It's hard to find, and I found it on Amazon for like 50 something. And everywhere I was looking, no, it was eBay for 50 something. Everywhere I was looking, it was 50 something, $50. It's like, man, that's a lot of money for a book. And I see it on Amazon for like 16, and shipping was like 4. So here I got for 20. Yeah.
That's the way it should go. Although I would want an electronic copy because though I have game books, I don't really need them anymore.
Now, I do like having the game books on my computer, but it's easier to find things in a physical copy.
You can bookmark on the electronic stuff. I like the electronic on the iPad because I can carry the entire World of Darkness library I need that night without having the 65 pounds worth of books in a bag that I would need to match that.
Yeah, I played D&D, so I had like a huge. I can't even show you how big it is because the camera is not that wide. But it was a huge bag full of books, and it wasn't even all. It's like, man, okay, which 20 am I gonna bring with me this time?
20. Wow, that would be heavy. I remember carrying 4 somewhere, and I was like, my God, there's got to be a better way than this.
Yeah, I was carrying it out of sweat, and it's like, man, it's like freaking high school.
Or the Navy. Of course, the Navy worked out because Chris and I just had all of the games in our room.
You also had all the books, though.
Yes. Well, and yeah. nice.
I don't have any books.
That's sad, Bob.
No. Now I do, though.
Yes.
But unfortunately, the way that the role-playing games have been working, quite possibly all my life, and I never noticed, is that by the time you can acquire all the books for a particular game, it's out of date, and you got to buy the new ones.
Yeah, which is another reason I like the electronic ones, is because A, you don't have to hunt, B, you got what you need, and then C, somebody holds up 3 fingers. In case anybody didn't see that, I got a double double finger salute there.
Look, I'm dead.
You are dead.
Well, I'm alive, so technically I'm undead.
So you had mentioned to me a while back that you thought you were going to start trimming that beard, and I don't think you've started trimming that beard.
No, I haven't trimmed it at all. Well, every once in a while there'll be like a freakishly large whisker coming off of my mustache to where it's like twice as long as the rest of them. Where the fuck do these mutant hairs come from? Just all of a sudden, bam! One hair twice as long as everything else on my body.
And the hairs that I hate are the wiry ones, that they're not soft and fluffy like the rest of them. There's like that metal wire sticking out of your face.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I know. I was worried first that you had shaved, and I would be surprised by your new look. But I was also kind of hoping you shaved because I wanted you to give up before me, because I am ready to start trimming this bitch.
That's what I was telling him at work. Like, man, I hope he just do it and get it over with so I can quit.
Oh, I am so... I mean, if it didn't... It grows to a certain point and starts curling right away, so I can't get any ZZ Top going on.
I'm like constantly... I'm always brushing my face now. Just because not everybody can brush their face.
Right. And some of us only have the face to brush.
Nice. It's like a chin.
Yes. Oh, can you read my hat there? Can you see what that says?
It looks like it says Haunted Port.
Fort with an F.
Fort.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
There's a we have a Fort Lincoln in south of Mandan. They do a haunted house in 3 different buildings every year, and this was the first time we went, and I have to say it was pretty awesome. But all right, I'm not somebody who likes to be freaked out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you have to go in groups, and we had a group of 4, so me and her, and then 2 girls we didn't know. Well, through the first house, the girls.
Through the actual house.
Well, through the actual house, yeah, because the other 2 were kind of like compound buildings.
They were barracks.
Barracks. Because it's a military fort, old school.
Fort Abraham Lincoln.
Yes. Anyway, through the actual house, the girls went first, and they were freaked out, so they wanted me to go first through the other 2 buildings. And what we discovered is that the other 2 buildings, they don't bother the first person because they figure, okay, the ones that are really freaked out made him go first, so let's just let him go. So I didn't have a problem through the other 2 buildings. I was like, yeah!
Nice.
The creepy people would follow you. So the girl that was in the back was... I had these 2 girls that we didn't know practically holding my hand, and I had a hand on my back almost the entire time pushing me faster so they could get through.
That's funny.
Yeah. And knowing how the fort is now, I would go back out, and I would want to be the first person in line. I want to be the first person in the group.
The house part, when you walked in, they were supposedly having like a wake for a soldier. Mm-hmm. So they had a guy in a coffin with all kinds of pieces of him laying next to him. And then you went through a kitchen, and then you went into the upstairs where like the kids' room would be, and so they had creepy people dressed up like stuffed animals and demonic looking people like kids and stuff. And then when you went into the barracks, the 3 different buildings, the first one was...
That was the house. There was
There
three
was the
buildings.
house. Oh, okay. So there was the house, and then you went into it was clowns
It was
in
so
the barracks.
freaky.
You know, creepy, freaky clowns in one of them. And then the last part that you went through was a maze, and the maze just had random creepy people in it, and
Yeah.
like a guy with a chainsaw, and one guy who had his face was all made up like he didn't have eyes, and he would follow you around because he could see somehow. And
Right.
and then
The last two turns in the maze had there was you did a turn and you would have to go down this road and then come back up and do another turn. So it was kind of like a zigzag like that. So when you first got into this first turn, there's a dude standing in a all black,
hoodie.
and he's got some sort of freaky.
Well, he has his hood up, so you can't really see, and he's looking down.
So you kind of like, you turn the corner and you're a little bit spooked, and you're like, okay, he's not doing anything. So you go down, you zigzag back up, and the last turn is somebody in a hoodie identically standing.
Like you're going in circles because
No,
you went past the same place twice.
Yeah, I just no, this is a different guy.
That's pretty cool. That's clever.
That was the coolest part. I said hands down that was the neatest part about the entire fort was that last couple of turns where they made it look identical.
No, the neatest part of the fort is where I got this green beanie.
Yes, the concessions and gift shop. I have a it's like a fleece hoodie sweatshirt that has a picture on it and stuff and says Fort Lincoln Mandan. So.
Now, is that like a Halloween thing, or do they just like randomly do it throughout the year, or how does that work?
Halloween specifically.
The haunted portion of it is just during Halloween. The rest of the year, it's a historical tourist type attraction.
You can buy tickets to that place in Ohio, and I'm totally going there. It's an all-night ghost hunt at Mansfield Reformatory, the prison where they filmed The Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
It's
that would be way cooler than the ghost hunt we went on.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be, well, my sister-in-law had set up a thing, and they double booked it, so they had to cancel. And then we did it again, and they did the same thing. So there's a website for it. Unfortunately, I think there's multiple websites, and that's how they double book.
Oh.
That's how that works. Anyone that notices, we have a new guest with us here. There's 4 names on my screen now. Yeah, and Isis, of course, is interested in the other guest.
Yes.
Do they ever battle?
Bonzai liked our old cat, Lennon. Like, they were buddies. And Lennon was old and slow, and so Bonzai could just cuddle up to him and hang out. So, Bonzai really missed Lennon after he died, and then we get this new kitten, and she's all about eating him. And the pig is all about cuddling, and so he, tries to hang out with her, and she tries to eat him, and he doesn't understand why this one's trying to eat him. So, she's kind of obsessed with him. She bothers him a lot, so we've got his, we have his cage set up so it's near a table that he can walk out onto, and he can hang out in the open. And so then when he's out of his cage, she also wants to be in his cage. So she's obsessed with him and his cage, whether or not he's in it. There was one day this week where I forgot to lock his cage up. We used to leave it open all day, all the time for him. But with her, we actually started noticing a change in his temperament to where he seemed just depressed because he was constantly, I think, having to fight her off or be scared of her with the door being open all the time. So we started closing his cage up when we're out of the house, when we're not in the living room, and he came back to being his normal self again. So we obviously figured out she's obsessed with him like that. But the other day this week, I forgot to lock his cage up when I left the house, and when I came home, he was sitting in his carrier outside of his cage, and inside of his cage was her toy. So she brought her stick that she drags around the house with her all the time and put it up in his cage. Now, she wasn't in it when I got home, but her toys were.
Now, if we, as humans, fit, we'd be hanging out in a damn hamster cage.
Yes, we would.
Yeah, she seems, she likes to be in the dog's kennel. It almost seems like she wants her own little caged cat place.
I seen a really cool one of those on TV, or maybe it was the internet. It might have been a Facebook thing, but they were like, it looked like shelves. There were 3 shelves on the wall, and one of them was like a. What's that?
Attached to walls?
Yeah, it would look like 3 shelves, but one of them was like a carpeted shelf, and the next one had like a little house on it, and then the other, and it was just for cats to like exist on the wall. I want to exist on a wall. That'd be cool.
We have a platform on top of his cage for her because it's in front of our big window in the living room, so it gets a lot of sunlight. So we've got that for her to lay on, and then sometimes she sits there and sticks her paws down through the cage to try to get at Bonzai, of course. And we also have a big carpeted thing for her to climb on. She makes me think of I can never remember the monkey's name that climbs the tower with the lady in his hand.
Oh God, King Kong.
Yeah, King Kong. She makes me think of King Kong with this tree thing that she climbs, because she'll have a toy or something in her mouth, and then she'll just launch herself at it, and she'll claw her way up the side to get to the top. And so she always makes me think of King Kong.
Yeah, you need a sign that says, "Come climb my carpeted thingy."
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to get me something to drink, would you?
Yeah, I could do that. I suppose I can put my PB in the drain.
I came prepared. I had this huge glass.
I had to pee, and then I had to jump on so that I could get you on because we had made you wait because of her new phone. So.
This is almost empty. What am I going to do then?
Well, then you'll have to go refill it, and we'll have to entertain ourselves.
I was going to say, I'll have to get Bob another drink.
Now,
she can get you another drink. Yeah.
I had some
I'll be there.
Facebook things that I noticed. Would you like to hear my Facebook things that I noticed?
Absolutely.
First of all, these are pretty much rules that I decided that I'm going to have here for Facebook people. Do not act like a whore and demand to be treated like a princess. You see that very often on Facebook, do you not?
You know what? Let me write that one down.
Oh, okay.
Piggy still has a tomato to eat.
These are Facebook rules that I have figured out for myself here. Number 1 was, do not act like a whore and demand to be treated like a princess. Number 2, your opinion about what a real man is an insult to all men because based on your beliefs, planet Earth has no men. Those of you who post things like, everyone who posts here is stupid, remember you posted there too. And if I delete you, there's a reason. Don't keep asking for refriending. I have bitched some people because I'm sick of stuff, and then after months they start sending me requests to be their friend again.
I hide all of their updates. So those people that I know that will continue to refriend me, I don't see any of their shit. They're just on my friends list, and every once in a while they'll comment directly on something I posted, but I'm surprised they haven't noticed that I am no longer posting on their stuff.
When I don't, like, I'll actually delete them from my friends list altogether. It's like, I don't know, I haven't worked with you in years, you are gone from my list, I don't like this shit that you say, and yet, be my friend. No, just go. But that was it for that. Those were my four rules of Facebook.
What's the little button on the side of the stylus for?
hover it above your screen and push the button.
Oh.
For those wondering, Tricia has just gotten a Samsung Galaxy Note 3.
Yes.
And Bob also has that, right?
Yes.
So you're both playing with that, and I am now the only iPhone owner here until your other iPhone comes in.
It's where I wrote my stuff.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I can tell you why I have this.
What's that?
So, okay, I have an iPhone 5. And a couple months ago, it stopped holding a charge, like the battery would die really quick. And so I went onto Apple's website and I was, looking around for some help. Don't make me stab you with my stylus.
Multi-purpose tool.
So I do this test online, this battery test, and then I start a chat with an Apple genius, and yeah, and they let me take a look at the results of your test. Oh, the test failed. Your battery is crap.
Wow.
And the phone was, 13 months old, 14.
The test failed. Your phone is pregnant.
So, well, at least then I would get some little mini
Baby
iPhones.
phones.
Yeah.
It's where your buds come from.
And so I have a case that's an extra battery for my phone, so I basically left that on all the time. If my phone got anywhere near 40%, I had to start charging it or it was going to randomly die.
Wow.
Yeah. And it would get to 40% within about 3 hours of waking up. So it's been pretty worthless. Okay, so I can send my phone to Apple and get the battery replaced for $80. Or I can go on to Amazon and buy a battery and tools and watch a YouTube video and replace the battery myself.
Oh, I need to hit the, there we go. Do it again. Good place to keep the stylus.
Yeah.
I want you to do that tomorrow at work with a pen.
And then you forget about it, and you're walking through the store with just random things stuck in your beard.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's a toothbrush over here, and you're like a Cheerio stuck to the side.
You've got a what? Booger?
An entire pencil.
I didn't realize that would be so stable.
You've got a minivan stuck in.
Where are my keys? So, okay, so anyways, I get the battery in the mail today. I replaced the battery in my phone, and this is an iPhone, so you know it took an act of God to crack that thing open.
Oh, I've done that.
So, I get it open, I replace the battery, it starts up again, but neither the button on the top or the button on the front work.
Huh.
But the phone's connected, the internet's working, I'm getting messages, I can touch the screen, but I can't get out of whatever I'm in because I don't have a home button to push.
Right.
So I open up the phone again, and I, look to see if something's pinched or what have you, and nothing looked wrong. So I take the new battery out, I stick the old battery in again, seal the whole thing up, and then it says on the screen, it has a picture of iTunes and a cable. So I assume it wants to be connected to a computer with iTunes on it. Right?
Yeah.
So I connect the phone to my computer with iTunes, and it says the phone is in recovery mode.
Yes, that's what you said.
The phone is in recovery mode, and you have to completely reinstall the entire operating system to get your phone to work.
Huh.
Now, I mean, this doesn't make a lot of sense to me considering it's a battery that I'm
Unless
working.
it's like the battery on your car. You know, they take the battery out, and now all your buttons on your radio are screwed
I
up.
I can understand that, but I would think it's more like a computer because it's a phone, you know. But yeah, I know what you're saying when you have to replace the battery, that everything has to be fixed like that. So I put the old battery in, I connect it to my computer. It takes a half hour to download the software because I have a really slow internet connection at work, and my mobile hotspot is currently not working. So I download the software, it runs through, and it gets to the end, and it says, your phone's going to reboot, leave it plugged in, and then your phone will be working again.
Wow.
And as soon as it reboots, it goes right back to the screen with the little iTunes logo and word picture. So I'm like, okay. I run through it a second time, and it lands me at the exact same spot again. So at this point, I can't even load an operating system on it. I can't get it to do anything. The buttons certainly aren't, responding to me still. So I still have my iPad at work, luckily. So I was talking to DJ with that, and I said I'm gonna go to Verizon. It's like 4 blocks away from my store, so I walked down. It was a nice day today. Walk down to Verizon and tell them all this, and they're like, well, it's kind of shot, so you have insurance. I'm like, really? I have insurance on this. Yeah, you've got insurance on this, so you can send it in for a claim. This is my first trip to Verizon. Let me start with that because there's multiple. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I could do that. I didn't think I had insurance because I kept getting these phone calls from Verizon, who obviously weren't from Verizon, telling me that my insurance was lapsed on my phone because I hadn't paid a bill. I'm like, well, okay, whatever. It didn't really bother me. And so he's like, yeah, call this phone number. And I go, you realize that this is my only phone device. I'll call it. Well, there's a website. Okay. Walk back to my store. And at this point even, I was resigned to the fact that I was buying an Android phone when I walked into Verizon. I knew that's what I was doing. But he's like, well, yeah, you might not even have a deductible, and you can get a new phone, and, blah, blah, blah. And then if you want, you can trade it in and get money towards your Droid, because right now Verizon is taking 5 and 5S iPhones and giving you $300. I'm like, okay, so I go to my store, I go online to fill out the claim, and it says, when did you buy your phone? October 2012. When did it break? Today. Submit. It broke within a year of buying it, so this isn't something we're going to cover. No, it broke like a year and 3 months past a year. So, shut the store down again, get in the car this time, go to Verizon for my second trip, printed out the error, and told them what was happening. So then they had me call the insurance company. And then the lady's talking to me, and then I explained to her what happened. And even the first time I went down there, I said, now you're telling me that they want to replace my phone after I cracked it open, after I replaced the battery and I broke it, and they want to cover that because it kind of seems like it's my fault the phone doesn't work. Yeah, fine, that's no problem. Okay. So I call them, and I explain to them what happened, and then the lady goes, well, did you go to Verizon and tell them that they should give you a free phone? And I said, I'm standing in Verizon right now. Here they are. And I hand the guy the phone. He talks to her a little bit, and he gives me the phone back. He goes, okay, now it's fixed. And she takes my claim. I end up finding out I have a $200 deductible because I have 5 with a 32 gig memory, hard drive, whatever you call it. If it was a 16 gig, I guess my deductible would be smaller. But anyways, they're like, okay, yeah, we'll give you a new phone for $199, but because the iPhone 5 is discontinued, we'll give you a 5S. I was pretty surprised that they were going to replace my 5 that I broke with a 5S for $200 with insurance that I didn't think I had. So, you know, trip number 2 to Verizon, I'm walking in to buy an Android phone, and now I've got a 5S. But I have no phone for the night because, you know, my phone doesn't work, and the new one comes tomorrow. So I go home, pick up DJ to take him out for his birthday, hoo-hot.
Which is tomorrow for those of you watching at home.
And then I wanted to go get my 4 activated, so I had something that worked because I have an old iPhone 4. Mm-hmm. But on trip number 2, they told me that they're taking iPhone 4s and giving you $100. They're taking 4S's and giving you $200, and we have one of each. So I'm talking to DJ while we're eating, and I'm like, I think I'm going to trade in my 4 because I'm going to have a 5S. And why keep a 4? Who's going to give me $100 for an iPhone 4 today?
Nobody.
Nobody at all.
So, except for Verizon. So anyways, I traded my phone in. I finally got the the Galaxy Note that I went in 3 times for.
Here's a size comparison for those of you wondering. Mine's a 5S, iPhone 5S, and yes, it's a lot smaller than.
And remember, I tried to get an even bigger phone.
It's a really nice phone, though. I mean, I like it. It's customizable to where you can add more. You can easily add more screens to the front.
There are 2 things that I missed when I went from an Android to an iPhone. The little blinky indicator light when you have a message.
You've got that on here.
And widgets.
Got that on here too.
So I'm 20% happy that I have an Android.
Yeah, and if you do the thing where you push the button, you have a window that pops open with 5 little options.
1, 2, 3. Wait, the front window, when it's closed?
Your window with the stylus.
Oh, right. I didn't pay attention to that very much. I was just.
Yep. Action memo, scrapbooker,
right.
screen write, which allows you to do a screenshot and then write on it.
Oh, cool.
S Finder just lets you find whatever you want inside your phone, and the pen window.
Pen window. Wait, do I have to click on it to select that?
Not exactly sure what the pen. Oh, it allows you to write on the regular. Oh no, the pen window allows you to make a square on there. Go to pen window. You draw a square on there anywhere that you want, and that creates options.
Draw a window of any size anywhere on the screen.
You have to control to do that.
Select an application.
See, mine doesn't give the tutorial anymore when I do it, but
I haven't clicked the "Don't show this again" on anything because I haven't been paying very close attention.
Right. Once you do that, you have a calculator, a clock, YouTube, phone, contacts, chat on, just a bunch of stuff that you can do, and it just opens it up wherever you drew your square.
Huh.
So if you choose clock.
I don't know if you have a little arrow on the left side or not.
Yeah, I do.
You can, that's where you can bring it down like a second window, where you can have, while you're talking to somebody, you can bring down the internet or whatever. Or you can have 2 windows open with that. And you can get Ingress on here.
I've already got Ingress on here. I was running back and forth across my house with this thing picking up XM. You heard the comment when I said we've got XM in our backyard?
That's what that was. Okay. Nice.
TJ told me that maybe I couldn't get it downloaded quick enough on the car ride home. There's one portal between the Verizon and our house, and I could not get it up and running quick enough to be able to hack that portal before we drove by it.
Nice.
You kids.
It was
Now,
awesome.
as of January 6th, I have been officially ordained a minister. A friend of mine wants me to perform his marriage ceremony for him, so I am now a minister, so I can do that for my friend.
Cool.
Hi, viewer. Are you? Oh, goodbye, viewer. When are you doing that?
I'm thinking he said sometime in February is when they're wanting to do the marriage thing.
So you're going to be one scruffy nerf herder.
Yeah, but that's okay. These friends they wanted me to do this. So that's saying something.
So if they want you to do it, they'll take you how you come, huh?
Right.
For those wondering what I'm doing, every time I look down, I'm writing down possible show titles. So there's been quite a few. I'm actually on sheet number 2, and we're only about a half hour into the show.
I have Facebook.
Take me as I come.
The what?
Did you just write down "Take me as I come"?
I am now. Hi, viewer.
Because that's what she said.
What did you have to do to become ordained?
You go online. You can go online, and the one that I went to was the. It's cool because I'm not really a religious type of person. I'm like by a long shot, but this one here, it's called the Universal Life Church, and they believe in there's 2 things that they like is their thing. One of them is the religious freedom, respect for all religions, which is okay. I respect it. Might not necessarily believe what you believe, but I've got respect for it. And then do what's right. So it's like, wait a minute, respect other people's beliefs and do what I feel is right. Fuck, that's what I do now. But I use the F word a lot too. So,
well, if they had 3, I mean, if they had 3 rules to follow, maybe that would be the 3rd.
Hell, you could become a Jedi on that side if you wanted to. An official Jedi.
I'm pretty sure. Well, there's an official Church of the Jedi in England.
Yeah, that's that's considered a one of the religions that. I mean, it's pretty much any religion. So that's kind of cool.
And that's because they did a census, and so many people put that down, they had to start recognizing it as a religion.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it was brought up at work because I'm doing this. The thing that was brought up, and this is kind of weird, it's kind of a touchy topic and all, but in all over the damn news for the last few days has been this thing about gay marriages. So I was thinking about it. It's like, if somebody asked me to do that, would that be something I'd be willing to do? Is to if it was legal in my state to perform a wedding like that? I'm like, well, first of all, I'm a little nervous about performing any sort of wedding. But second, as far as that goes, I don't know. I think I'd have to take that on a case-to-case basis, just like with anybody. Because okay, here's the thing. This is weird. Is if 2 people came to me and said, "Hey, can you marry us?" I would have to talk to them.
Like 2 people that you don't know?
Yeah.
You want something out of my pants, everybody.
I would have to talk, and I'd have to say, okay, why do you want to get married? And depending on that, it would be depending on whether or not I would be willing to do it. Like if they say, okay, well, we've been going out for a month, she's pregnant, we want to get married. Yeah, I don't think I could do that. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I think that it would be just like with anybody else, is I'd have to talk to them and see, the why. And then make a kind of an opinion based on that.
So it's not that you necessarily have a who it is issue, it's a why.
I think it's more of a why. I mean, if you have a couple that's the same sex, but they've been, say, living together for the past 10 years, and they decided to make it legal. Well, that seems like a good reason. It's like, but if it's just to piss off their parents, that's not a good reason. So, I mean, I think that regardless of who it is, you'd have to think about what's the why.
So you're being much more universal and realistic by asking your why versus a church where we went, for example, to get married and the why is asked and it's, oh, you're living together? No, we won't marry you.
Yeah. It's really complicated, some of the stuff that they ask that you have to jump through. We had to join a church for like a matter of a few months just so that they would be willing to marry us. It's like we didn't want to be at the Justice of the Peace thing, But in order for them to do that, we had to like go there like every Sunday, and I'm not a church sort of guy,
What? Wait, what? When did that happen?
Yeah. Well, fortunately, I did not burst into flames upon entering. A lot of people thought I would. Let's see. Clear. This is really, I like this film. This is cool.
And for us, I had been a member of the church. It was where I was baptized as a baby. So I had been part of that church my entire life, and they still threw a hissy fit. Oh, yep, that's what I'm after. There's our wedding picture when he had a beard on his head. See? It's on
I know that guy.
A beard on my head.
Nice. Yeah, I know that guy. I used to be in the military with that guy.
Yeah.
That is, in fact...
He actually looks like what you were in the military with at that point.
That's less than a year after I got out of the Navy. Yeah.
Yep. That's him.
Yeah, because this was May of '98.
So I had been out... Oh, I'd been out a month, 2 months shy of a year. So 10 months out.
Let me look at this. What are you doing, stupid? You pushing buttons? What the hell is this? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna hold off on this for now and do this later. But yeah, I was kind of curious about what your opinion was on that. Now, you said that you were ordained, right?
I filled the thing out. I couldn't tell you where my certificate is. I'd have to go through the ordainment process again. But I got ordained too just because I thought it was funny.
I asked my friend, I said, what level can I, turn undead and,
Well, I figured that if I got ordained, I could create my own religion, and then that really didn't gain any traction. So I've discovered that what I really want is a cult. I want people to listen to what I have to say, give me money so I don't have to work, and basically take care of me.
I don't know. That still sounds like a religion.
Just don't drink the wine.
No, I won't have poison Kool-Aid or anything. I want a cult. I need a cult following.
I think we all want that, like the whole Tyler Durden thing.
Yeah.
I would like my business to have a cult following. That means I would get a paycheck.
The first rule of Tricia's Bakery is you do not talk about Tricia's Bakery.
Well, that's not going to work.
You can make it the other way around. The first rule of Tricia's Bakery is free advertisement. Talk about it.
There you go.
You have to wear a Tricia's Bakery t-shirt 5 out of 7 days.
Nice.
And if it's your first night at Tricia's Bakery, you have to fight. Wait. Buy. You have to buy.
You have to buy. You have to eat this biscuit.
Yeah.
But that's for the dog. No, you have to eat the biscuit.
So, I thought that tonight we would try going back to something we've done in the past, since we also have another body to come play. Do you want to know what that is, Bob?
I don't have to join the Navy again, do I?
No, I wouldn't make you do that. When people ask me, so you were in the Navy, and I say, yeah, and then they're like, well, how did you like it? I'm like, well, I wouldn't do it again.
I'm glad I did it, and I'm glad I'm done.
It's a great experience, but I wouldn't do it again. So, yes. No, what I'm saying is that we're going to play some Mad Libs.
Woo!
Yeah.
Hey, another discussion that was brought up at work.
Okay.
What would you consider to be a very, like, one of the most offensive words that you can think of?
Well, I know that a lot of people, a lot of women specifically, have a problem with the word moist.
I want my cake dry. I decided that a very, very offensive word to me is regardless.
Regardless.
Regardless, using the wrong word, used in the wrong type, to where if I were to say, at work, well, I'm doing the best I can. Well, regardless, you need to do better. That's actually saying I give no regard to you. I don't like your opinion. I don't like, it's like I have
It's
nothing.
It's a fancy butt.
It's the hand in the face. I give no regard to what you're saying, your emotions, your anything. And it's like, man, that's kind of a fucked up thing, and people use that all the time. I
Yes.
give no regards to you, because you got to think of what you have to go through to not regard something. Let's take your neighbor for instance. I don't know your neighbor, but even the fact that he's your neighbor, I have regards for that. I'm kind of jealous of the guy. He's your neighbor, man. So I mean, even though I don't know him, I never will know him. There's still some, you know what I mean? So to have no regards for something, holy shitballs, man. Worst superhero name ever.
Are you guys ready to play Mad Libs?
Oh, I am so ready for this.
Okay. Now, do you want to take turns, or do you want to argue about the word to put in?
Make balls all the nouns.
Married to somebody, so I mean, arguing probably won't be that difficult.
Okay. Well, I'll let you discuss it. So, well, no, I'll alternate for you. So, ladies first. Bob, I need a plural noun here.
But you just plural noun.
Yeah.
Books.
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 Next. Tricia, I need an adjective.
Jumpy?
She did the same thing I did. Start looking around.
I hated English.
Bob,
Me too.
I need another plural noun.
Vampires.
Vampires, that's a good one. Yeah. Tricia, I need a noun.
Phone.
Phone. Conversation night. Bob, adjective, quick!
That's the description thing, right?
Yes.
Gray.
Gray. Tricia, noun.
That sounds like you're yelling at a dog to get off of a couch. Down instead of noun.
Right.
Noun.
Noun.
Noun. Guinea pig?
Sure. Guinea pig. All right, Bob. Noun.
Mobile home.
Mobile home. Gotcha. I'm going to do, name of person in room here. Well, Tricia. No, you know what? We're going to go with Bonzai.
Again? Lucky pig.
Tricia, location.
Oh, rooftop.
Nice.
Bob, adjective.
Sweaty.
Name a person in room here. We're going to go with Isis. Name of person in room here. We're going to go with Holden.
We're going to run out of people.
Whose turn is it? Yours? Adjective?
I think so.
Adjective.
Okay. Moist.
There's a call.
But But females hate that word.
Bob, plural noun.
Daleks.
Ooh, Daleks. All right, and I'm going to take the last one with part of body, plural.
So would that be peni?
I'm gonna go with butt cheeks.
Butt cheeks. They come in pairs.
All right, are you ready?
Ready.
In recent years, there have been too many disaster movies in which tall books catch on fire, jumpy dinosaurs come to life, and huge vampires attack people in the ocean, making you afraid to get out of your phone in the morning. Movie fans ask, why can't we have more gray pictures like It's a Wonderful Guinea Pig, Gone with the Mobile Home, or Mr. Bonzai Goes to Rooftop?
Those all sound like actual movies.
These films made you feel sweaty all over. These same fans also ask why we can't have more funny films with comedians such as Laurel and Isis and Abbott and Holden. These moist performers gave us great slapstick Daleks that makes our butt cheeks ache from laughing.
Nice.
Sweet.
I
found a flashlight app too.
Ooh. You know, the iPhones have a built-in part of the iOS 7 is a flashlight.
Oh, now we have a Holden. I have to add a Holden here. Hang on.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to find a flashlight app again.
Yeah, and I was actually surprised. Like, why would there be a flashlight on here with no app on here? You have to get the app separately.
Because it's your flash for your camera.
I'm not exactly sure on how to use that. The little memo thing on here.
The little memo thing?
Memo thing.
Damn it. The big memo pad.
Okay, memo pad. I think I saw something about that somewhere.
That's cool. Because if you were to put it on here, you can write on the screen. Let's say I am currently in Warsaw, Indiana. So I will write on here, Warsaw, Indiana.
Okay.
And then you push the little button and it highlights it.
Okay.
And it gives you all these options you can do. So if you hit the map button, it all of a sudden gives you a map of Warsaw, Indiana.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
Where you can then go through like the regular map view, or you can bring it up into the satellite view towards the actual satellite shot.
Find my memo.
Bicycle paths and traffic and all that. There's a whole lot of really neat things that you can do with that right there. So you just write stuff in, and then you hit that little button there. That's pretty neat. You can write in a phone number and then call it through there.
Okay. Is it action memo?
Hell, I don't know what that's called.
It has a little yellow logo with a squiggly and a pen?
Yes.
Okay, got the right one. Okay. All right, I wrote DJ's name.
But if you were to say write a phone number there, then you can hit the little phone button and it will call the phone number that you wrote in there.
Wow.
That's pretty neat. That's one of the things that I use occasionally.
No, I don't want to. No, thank you. All right.
No, I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm going to have a hard time with this thing for a while.
Yeah, it takes some getting used to. Well, like I said, I mean, 4 pages worth of settings and things, and
Oh,
There's
yeah.
voice controls and hand-free stuff and just like crazy. I got a lot of those features though turned off because of the whole battery thing.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure I'll have to go through it. It's probably going to take me a week.
Our viewer is currently missing, but I have now learned who our viewer is.
Is it me?
Oh,
No.
that's what he meant.
Right. Her cousin was watching us, and he sent us a text message that says, nobody's in the message area. And I'm like, I don't have a feed for that. Sorry, I would message you. I mean, everything's changed on Google Plus Hangouts that I just, it's hard to figure out what, I mean, every time you come in, something's new, and you're like, oh, God, I have to relearn everything.
See, in a lot of that, just like so many other aspects of life, I don't understand why they need to change things that are working fine the way that they are. Where let's take something that works great and we'll just change it ever so. It's not better, it's just different. Why is that important?
Right. Exactly. Oh,
Where
dear.
I was working, my wife is working still. They had a thing there. It was their motto for a while was improvement through constant change. Dumbest thing ever. They would buy new shelves and put things on it, and then the following month throw these shelves away because they're cleaning up the area and put stuff. I mean, they wasted so much money because it wasn't about doing things better. It was about just keep changing it. What the fuck is that? You know,
Well, that's a waste of money. That's what that is.
it's a waste of money. It's a waste of time. They would have meetings and stuff on how to best do things, and they'd have everything all set up. And then every time they do this stuff, they had to have people doing it, so it's man hours, and it was crazy. But it was constant change, and that's what they felt was the best. I don't know.
I know this
Crazy.
is going to be a random statement, but this is our segue into another Mad Libs.
Ooh, okay.
I measure my shitting now in how many flushes it takes to not plug up the toilet. Oh.
I don't know. There.
He's the kitty.
Yeah. And if you notice, her paws look kind of like a Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because that's what she acts like all the time.
And her name looks like 1515,
Yes.
which is 30.
Did you ever see the picture of the sandwich that I posted online? I was making us sandwiches one night, and then I put his name on his because he likes mustard on his and I don't. So I always write our names on them or a letter or something. And one of them, I had my name crossed out, and then there was a picture of a kitty drawn on it, and then Isis's name written really sloppy. And
Yes,
I said the cat came and took the sandwich.
that's cool.
All right, I'm going to start this one out. Plural noun, butt feathers.
Good one.
Bob, noun.
Baseball bat.
Wow, it's like he was ready with that one.
Tricia, adjective.
What was your first word?
Adjective, Tricia.
No, your first thing.
Butt feathers.
Butt feathers.
Okay, fluffy.
So hers are going to be related to ours, Bob.
No, I just wanted for that one.
Ooh, I get another. Bob, I'm going to give this one to you. Part of body.
Pancreas.
Since I gave you that one, I'm going to get the adjective, and I'm going to go runny. Tricia, adjective.
Oh, God. Shiny.
Shiny. Okay, I'm going to do noun, and I'm going to go with obelisk. Bob, adjective.
Greasy.
Greasy. Boy, we've got some interesting stuff going on here. Tricia, last name.
Booker.
Booker.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I have a thing highlighted on here I can't get rid of. Ah, there we go.
Plural noun. Let's see. I want to go with swords. Bob, adverb.
Which one's the adverb?
That's an. Well, those are the words that tend to end in ly. So like quickly.
It's like an action.
Yeah.
Sort of. I don't know.
It's a description. It's the description. It's an adjective for a verb. So it's an adverb. So quickly runs like blue butt feathers.
Lonely?
Lonely sounds good.
Here's my sword.
Tricia, part of body. That's a claymore, right?
No, just a broadsword.
Just a broadsword. I want
way longer.
I want a Chinese straight sword. Is what I want. I want the Green Destiny. Is what I want.
You want a straight sword? You don't want a gay one?
Nope, don't want a gay one. Let's see. I need an adjective, and I'm going to go with the obvious one. Green. Bob, noun.
Potato salad.
Potato salad. Tricia, plural noun.
Knew you were gonna ask this one.
Socks.
Socks. And I get an adjective, and I'm gonna go with stinky. Bob, a place.
Brazil.
Brazil. And Tricia gets the last. Oh, apparently we're done. All right, here we go. Are you ready?
Ready.
This is the story of a one-hit wonder. The mighty Butt Feathers were a one baseball bat wonder, famous for their fluffy song, In Your Pancreas. Where is this runny band today? After hitting it big, they started to have shiny creative differences. They went from superstardom to an obelisk-shattering breakup. The lead singer, known for his greasy personality, wanted to change the band's name to Booker's Swords. The rest of the band lonely refused. No one could see eye to Big Toe, and the bassist decided to leave the Green Band to pursue his lifelong dream of professional potato salad weaving.
Potato salad weaving.
The drummer left to teach music to high school socks. The lead singer was the only one left, but don't feel too bad. He has now become a stinky internet sensation with a video of himself playing Sweet Home Brazil on the kazoo.
Nice.
I think potato salad weaving is going to have to go on the list.
Ooh, I figured out how to turn on my mobile hotspot.
Sweet. Okay. We've been on an hour.
Oh yeah, we should go to bed.
We should go to bed because I got to get up and work tomorrow. So we're going to do our standard, close the show, and then do our title quick, and then probably not append anything. You all right with that, Bob?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. Next week, I am scheduled to be at work late. So if you would like to remain with the show on next week, we will record way late, like hour and a half, 2 hour late.
Okay.
So we'll as we get closer, you can let me know. But I want to thank Tricia and Isis and Holden and Bonzai for joining me and Bob and the phone. I didn't make the phone a host, sorry.
The new phone, yep, the phones, because our phones had to meet tonight.
And Bob, I'd like to thank you for joining me.
Yes, thanks for having me. I do enjoy these shows.
I missed you, and if we hadn't done this week, we might have ended up waiting till February, and that's just way too long not to talk to my Bob.
Well, yeah, I had to be on the show. It was an absolute must. Had to see if you shaved off that damn beard yet.
That's now going to be the running thing. Is I wonder if he took it off.
Hey, Trish, just pull on his beard for a second.
Okay. See, it's
Okay. I wanted to make sure that he didn't just kind of put it back on there for the show.
No.
Well, if he sticks a pencil in it and then the whole thing falls off, we know.
That's right. See, there's the pencils out of it.
I stuck this pencil in here and I was thinking, man, what I'd give for a box of freaking crayons right now.
What I'd give.
Well, let's see.
Oh, God. Anyway, Bob, thanks for doing I'm moving. No, stop. My ear. Oh, we got a fight going on. Okay, Bob, see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye. This is the Lime Flavored Network.
That's potato salad cult.
Oh.